children, sports fans of all ages. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Brandon Hagany.
And I'm Channing Martin. Welcome to NSEN Sports.
From a horseshoe to a horse, a former NFL MVP decides to take his football talents to the Mile High City. Four-time NFL MVP Peyton Manning announced on Monday that he will sign with the Denver Broncos. The parameters of the deal are reportedly $95 million over the course of 5 years. Manning's final three teams came down to the Broncos, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Tennessee Titans. Manning secretly met with the 49ers last Tuesday at Duke University, where Manning has been working with former University of Tennessee offensive coordinator David Cutcliffe. He then worked out for both the Broncos and the Titans. The Denver Broncos would now attempt to trade their current quarterback Tim Tebow after the Manning deal is official.
Collegiate wrestling is often overlooked, but several people are brought to their feet as they get their championship medals. The NCAA Division I championships were held last weekend in St. Louis. The tournament began on Friday and ended on Sunday with winners in 10 different weight classes. Penn State athletes captured 3 victories, 2 second places, and a 3rd place during the tournament. Penn State's Frank Molinaro, David Tyler, and Ed Ruth topped the 149, 165, and 174-pound classes, respectively. Cornell also placed first in 3 classes. Their winners included Kyle Dake in the 157-pound class, Steve Bosick in the 184-pound class, and Cam Samaz in the 197-pound class. Matt McDonough from Iowa won the 125-pound class. Logan Stieber won the 133-pound class for Ohio State. Kellen Russell won the 141-pound class for Michigan. Tony Nelson won the 285-pound class for Minnesota.
The MTSU men's golf team placed 3rd as senior Hunter Green won the Argent Financial Tournament, and the women have their toughest challenge yet this week. The men's team played in the Argent Financial Classic last Tuesday in Louisiana, and Hunter Green shot a 66 to propel him to his 5th career victory. That round score was 6th best in school history. 2 other Blue Raiders shot subpar rounds, which led to MTSU's 3rd place behind the 20th ranked team in the country, LSU. Their next match is April 2nd through the 3rd in Jackson, Mississippi in the Bancorp South Intercollegiate Tournament. The women play this weekend against 10 of the top 100 teams in the nation. They play in the Pinehurst Challenge in Pinehurst, North Carolina, Monday and Tuesday. This course is ranked as the 6th toughest in the nation. MTSU is ranked 79th in the nation, but will be playing number 21 North Carolina State, number 51 East Carolina, number 75 UNC Greensboro, number 78 Penn State, and host school number 85 College of Charleston. MTSU hopes to improve their national ranking with victories against these teams.
The MTSU women's tennis team looks to continue their current 3-game win streak Tuesday against Austin Peay. The MTSU women have improved their record to 8 wins and 4 losses this season. This is already more wins than they had during all of last season. The women defeated Northern Iowa last week. Lexi Brand and Nahara Moraes have earned 8 wins in each season in singles matches. Flavia Nagayama has 7 wins, followed by Marietta Bigas with 6. Bigas and Brand are the best doubles team with 3 victories. The challenge will be Austin Peay's dominant single player, Vanja Tomic, who has won 11 consecutive decisions. The game is Tuesday at 2 p.m. on the MTSU campus.
And now here with more on MTSU's Pro Day, it's Chris Burnett in this week's Hot Seat.
Welcome to the Hot Seat. I'm your host, Chris Burnett, and in this week's segment, we're going to examine the top 5 NFL prospects that will be participating in the Pro Day for the MTSU Blue Raider football program. Starting off our list is Malcolm Bia, a 5'10", 189-pound wide receiver native to Shamley High School in Shamley, Georgia. Bia ended his career with the Blue Raiders ranked 5th in all-time receptions, 7th in receiving yards, and 8th in touchdown receptions. In 2011, he saw action in 11 games and had 9 starts. He finished the season 2nd on the team with a career-best 45 catches for 497 yards and 6 touchdowns. He led the receiving corps with 598 total snaps and was able to earn 4 winning grades from the coaches. Next on our list is Darren Davis, a 6', 217-pound outside linebacker who resides from Dillard High School in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Davis earned several honors following his career. In the 2011 season, he was named 3rd team All-Sun Belt Conference by Phil Steele and earned the Most Improved Strength Training Award for linebackers following spring drills. In 2011, Davis played in all 12 games and had 11 starts. He led all linebackers with 745 snaps while earning 8 winning grades from the coaches. He was second on the team with 64 tackles to go, with six tackles for loss, 4 quarterback hurries, a forced fumble, and a blocked kick. Number 3 on our list is Alan Gendro, a 5'10", 180-pound kicker that is originally from Orangewood Christian in Apopka, Florida. Gendro was no stranger to winning awards and added to his list in 2011 when he was presented the Terry Whiteside Award for Excellence in Academics, Athletics, Strength Training, Community Service, and Campus Activities. In both 2009 and 2010, he was voted first team All-Sun Belt by the league's coaches and media. Gendro finished his career with in extra points made, second in field goals made, first in points scored by a kicker, and second in overall scoring. He also finished as the all-time leading scorer in Sun Belt history with 295 points. In 2011, he played in all 12 games and earned 5 winning grades from his coaches. He connected 8 of 14 field goals and 31 of 32 extra points to lead the Blue Raiders with 55 points. Needless to say, there are several NFL programs that cannot wait to see the talent of Gendro in person when they can fully understand the talent and power he has as a kicker. In our number 4 spot is D.D. Kyles, a 6', 205-pound running back native to Armwood High School in Tampa, Florida. In 2009, Kyles was named to the third-team All-Sun Belt by Rivals.com. He also earned the Most Improved Award for running backs at the conclusion of spring drills. In 2011, he played in 7 games and had 142 total snaps while earning 2 winning grades from his coaches. He finished with 312 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns on 67 carries. He also added 4 receptions for 42 yards. Last but certainly not least, we have Sancho McDonald, a 6'1", 205-pound wide receiver originally from Booker T. Washington in Miami, Florida. McDonald finished his career ranked 9th in all-time receptions and 8th in receiving yards. In 2011, he played in all 12 games and had 7 starts. He had a total of 567 total snaps to rank second among receivers and had 2 winning grades from his coaches. He finished the year with 35 receptions for 384 yards and 6 touchdowns. All of these young men will get their chance to show the NFL scouts what they can do March 22nd when the MTSU football program hosts their NFL Pro Day here on campus. Join me again next week here in the hot seat when we sit down with a member of the Blue Raider football program to discuss spring practice and the upcoming season. I'm your host, Chris Burnett. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Chris. Jordan Powell is going to give us a look at fantasy sports with our Fantasy Zone.
With basketball fantasy teams pretty well set until the playoffs, and fantasy baseball just about to start, it's never too early to start thinking about fantasy football. Several big-name free agents are about to hit the market, and many of them could do wonders for your team this year. The biggest name on the free agent market is Peyton Manning. Wherever Peyton decides to go, we'll immediately be able to contend within their division. But what Peyton can do for you is become an elite fantasy quarterback and fuel a team's wide receivers. Players like the Titans' Kenny Britt and the Cardinals' Larry Fitzgerald would instantly become #1 receivers with Manning under center. Speaking of wide receivers, newly signed Buccaneer Vincent Jackson will become a dominant fantasy receiver again if Josh Freeman can get him the ball. Tampa Bay lacked a receiver with Jackson's ability to stretch the field last season. For a good sleeper quarterback pick, keep an eye peeled to see where Andrew Luck and Robert Griffin III land during the draft in April to see if one of them could be this year's Cam Newton. Both players have the talent, but it will depend on what team they land with that limits how well they do on the field and in fantasy.
With 1 week until the Great American Pastime returns, there is one change which will result in more playoff teams. For the first time in Major League Baseball history, there will be 10 teams in the playoffs in both the American and National Leagues. I have done some research and made predictions for the 2012 season. The National League champions include the Philadelphia Phillies in the East, the Houston Astros in the Central, and the Colorado Rockies in the West, while the wild card spots will go to the Atlanta Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals. The American League division champions, however, include the Boston Red Sox in the East and the Detroit Tigers in the Central, with the Texas Rangers winning the West. The wild card spots will go to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the New York Yankees. Now, wild card winners are 1-game series, which will be the Braves in the NL beating the Cardinals and the Angels in the AL. The division playoff results will be the Phillies over the Braves in 4 games, the Rockies over the Astros in 5 games, the Angels over the Rangers in 5 games, and the Tigers over the Red Sox in 5 games. The championship series results will be the Philadelphia Phillies sweeping the Rockies in the NL, while the Angels defeat the Tigers in 6. The World Series will be the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim over the Philadelphia Phillies in 6 games. Now, Jordan, who do you think should be further along in the playoffs this year?
I absolutely think the Atlanta Braves, because they have what it's looking like and what you predicted, they're going to have a great team, one of the best in the NL East. But why do you have them going no further than the first game of the playoffs?
The Braves do have a really good team. Chipper Jones looks to be coming back this year after having a few injuries over the last 2 seasons. They've got some rookie pitchers coming in, or some really young pitchers, and I don't see that these new pitchers can help them go as far as the Phillies, while the Phillies have the big names coming back, and they even signed a couple other big ones over the season.
Right. Well, that's been your Fantasy Zone for the week.
Thanks, Jordan. We got to pay some bills around here at NSEN, so we're going to take a commercial break, but we'll be back right after this.